Hi, the things you got to know about vibrato. First of all, first things first, when can you study vibrato at best? Well, I always say if you learn the first position, all the things you got to know about the first position. So all the grips. This is the basic one, the first grip, at least in my method, but it's in most methods. This is the first grip. And then this would be the second, low second, and then the third, and then that one, a half tone up. All the grips, the combinations of all the grips, you should know them first. And I mean, you know them well. These are the basics. You're setting your hand for the first position, and your fingers are going to get used to the violin, used to the fingerboard, used to their positions. And if you would start vibrato too soon, or position changes, if you would start that too soon, you're gonna create bad habits. And believe me one thing, if there are bad habits involved, it's really difficult to get them out again. So better to not learn bad habits. So be patient. Violin practice takes a lifetime. Be patient. First of all, work on the first position. If you master the first position and your posture, everything's right, then it's time to start with the fun of vibrato and position changes. Okay, well, that being said, I'm going to give a few pointers for those of you who say, let them decide for yourself. Who say, I'm ready for it, the first position, it's okay, I want to start studying vibrato. Okay, the best way to do that. Know there are two kinds of vibrato. One is mostly used by viola players. It's a little bit larger instrument, so it takes a little bit larger vibrato, and then you would typically use an arm vibrato, arm. So that goes like that. Like that. See it? The whole arm moves, and actually the wrist is locked. But nowadays I see more and more violinists also play with the arm vibrato. Okay, I'm used to the wrist vibrato. Different thing. Now my arm is still and the wrist moves. See the difference? Like that or like that. You see? Okay. Now I'm not used to the arm vibrato, so I can't really show you that. But the wrist vibrato is a different thing. Also, that should be a regular movement. That was the word I was searching for. Good. Now, it's a smaller vibrato than the arm vibrato and very well designed for the violin. That goes like this. So the arm is steady and the wrist moves. Okay, can you see that? Good. How to train that? Well, what I do is move to the third position, and then absolutely first thing, the most important thing is no tension. No tension. If you squeeze a little bit, you're going to take out all the movement of your hand. This goes for position changes or subtle changes. And that goes for vibrato or loosen up. See? Loosen up. No tension. Okay. If you feel a tension, remove the thumb like that and put it on the violin back again. And see to it that you don't squeeze. Don't hold the violin. Hold it like that. And then without any tension, there we go. Now, as in the beginning I said, these two lock in position, in the first position, getting the first grip always on the right place, anchor point. Now, we're gonna let this go now, this part. So the thumb is still the same, but this part is going to let go a little bit. So then I place my hand, and this is how I study. The thumb stays and the rest of the hand moves. So get that move. You may hold your arm so that you're sure it doesn't move along, giving you irregular movement here. So this is it. Now what do you can see what I'm doing here. You see what's happening. We are training to loosen up that wrist. And do it slow, without tension. Do it slowly, very slow, as slow as you can, maybe even like that, to start feeling that motion of the wrist, like that. And as slow as you go, keep it regular movement. So not choop, 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 like that, but move it steady. Got it? Okay. And you can then increase the speed a little bit. And keep it regularly. Okay, now what's going to happen? You're going to feel a pain here, you're going to feel a pain here. That's perfectly normal because you're not used to that movement yet. What to do? Don't go through it. Listen to your body, just like yoga, and relax that arm a little bit, like that. So it's going to be all loose again. If you work through the pain, then you're going to start squeezing, you're going to start forcing. And every bit of that energy, every bit of strain on it is going to prevent you from learning the vibrato the right way. So it's got to be total without tension. That's the most important thing. So if you start feeling that pain, just stop for a minute, relax the arm, and go for it again. And of course, you can do it like that, or be sure and just hold your arm like that. Okay. Now I'm going to make the movement a little bit quicker. And you see all the fingers, you can see on that cam, all the fingers are on the string. I'm moving all the fingers. I know that's not the vibrato yet, that's not the result yet, but this is the training. That's it. Got it? Okay. Now, if you do that, relax a little bit, and there we go again. You can start doing it with separate fingers. So it's not locked on the position yet. That's the end result. This is training to get that wrist going. The second, the third, and watch it. The fourth is going to be quite difficult. So you can, also with the vibrato, the fourth like that is quite difficult. Sometimes it will help to also place the third finger and let them go together. It's going to prove to be much easier, especially from the start. Got it? Okay. But this is training still. Not lock, don't lock yet. Okay. Now you can go faster, but see to it that you move regularly. Choose what finger you want to do, or 2 fingers, or all fingers, 1 finger. You can choose that. Okay, don't do this too long because you need to release the tension of your left arm. Even I'm feeling this, really. Good, and I'm used to it. Lots of years. Okay, so that's it. Now, if this goes right, you know, I'm also training this in the car and on the table. When on the table, you can already feel it. I got my thumb like that here on a table. And just go like that. It's much easier because this is quite difficult. This is quite easy, but you can feel the same movement. You can feel it. When I'm driving the car, I shouldn't be saying this. When I drive the car, I'm holding the steering wheel, okay, with my right hand. And with my left hand, my hand is in this position on the steering wheel. And I'm training it. Especially 3 and 4. To get that feeling, to get it loose. And it's just like yoga, actually. Yoga is also something like, oh, I can't stretch that far. Oh my, I can't do that. I'm not gonna. Yes, you can. Not yet. I can't do it yet. That's the thing. I can't do it yet. And if you keep on practicing that, you're gonna stretch further and further and further. And then one day, well, you've got it. That's it. One tip of advice, once again, I'm just gonna repeat myself because it's really, really important, is if there's tension, there's no vibrato. Without tension, you can get it regularly. So this is the exercise. If you're going to lock on, I'm loosening everything. This has got to be totally loose, and you're going to find that you're going to achieve this. So practice this as much as you can. A few minutes a day. That's it. But don't do it before you have your fingers locked in that first position. All right? And with position changes, I'll dedicate a new chapter on that later on. Okay, good studying vibrato.